Hey everyone, JC here. So I'm doing this video a little bit differently today because I'm feeling pretty tired. So today was our special day. Once a year, the fire truck parks on our street and checks all the fire alarms from 8 a.m. to noon. So all the fire alarms, and there are like 5 in our building, go off in every person's building from 8 a.m. to noon. So I'm pretty tired. There's also been some big kind of life type decisions, background processing. So yeah, there's a lot here. So I've been more tired than usual, and yet I still have the same goals as when I had more energy to put into them. So let's think about that. A dynamic human, constantly fluctuating day to day in energy level, in mental, emotional, physical state, trying to stay consistent and committed to a goal. You see where the challenge might come in with those two things. You've got a goal, you're taking steps, you're rocking it, and then something unexpected happens. It always happens. It's not that unexpected, but it feels unexpected. It changes your schedule, changes your energy level, changes your mood, and you can count on it. And that moment is a critical point. So what do? Hence the title of this video, what about when you're just tired? So that's me today. I often see 2 extremes with that, and I've experienced these in my own way. And the 2 extremes I see are task mastering yourself, right? So being so committed to the goal and the future self and what you've put in place that you're pushing and you're in a place of controlling yourself. And then we've got the other extreme, which is just giving up completely and more of a collapse. So all or nothing, right? And with the taskmaster, you're not going to develop a very kind relationship with yourself, and for sure eventually your body will not stand for it, and that leads to burnout, and I've experienced that. Leads to sudden hospital visits. And on the flip side, okay, you might have had the wake-up call from taskmastering yourself, and then you want to be more responsive. So then you might go to the other extreme, and as soon as you start to feel, oh, I'm too tired, or I'm not feeling it today, you just stop. And when you're in that cycle, that you can start to lose trust with yourself, not believe your own word, and that's a pretty painful place. So what's a committed and dynamic human to do with that? So I'll share with you what I've been practicing, and this video is an example of it, right? I'm tired and I'm showing up. So this video is that. It's showing up and being responsive. So I want to share a story, an example of the first time that this really hit home for me. And that is when I started doing the 𝒀𝒏 method. So the 𝒀𝒏 method is a particular exercise modality that's for scoliosis. And I started it, and when I started learning the exercises, they're really difficult. They're complex. They're like, very small movements, and it's very challenging. And I was afraid actually to start doing it at home because I was afraid I was going to do it wrong. And my practitioner at the time was just so wonderful, and she told me, like, whatever you do at home, it will be better than if you didn't do it at all, even if it's not exactly what we do here. And so I could tell that it was helping me and that it was really going to help. And so I committed to doing it every single day for a year. And what I did when I started doing it at home is, I would start, and the thing about these exercises is they weren't just physical. They brought up a lot of emotions for me. They triggered certain memories and feelings, and it was really difficult to stay with. And what I ended up doing was I did them every day for a year, over a year. And how did I do that? Well, I showed up every single day to do it, and sometimes I only held it for 1 or 2 seconds. And so I'd show up, I'd start doing it, and if I was gonna burst into tears, or it was like, okay. And then I would just hold myself and caretake, and I also asked for support, for supportive people to be there with me. And so it was that combination of showing up and also being responsive to what was, right? I didn't just no, I've held it for a minute before, so I have to hold it for a minute. No. And I also didn't say, I'm just exhausted, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna do it even if it's short. And so, showing up is my commitment to my future self in action, and being responsive is my commitment to my present self in action. And we're always balancing both of these. So the key words here are slower, smaller, gentler, easier. And so my invitation to you with this one is to carve out some time to identify some creative, smaller, gentler, simpler, easier ways to do whatever you're doing for your future self. And I believe that both your present self and your future self will thank you. So that's my message from Tired Me today, and living that in action through my video. So I hope this is helpful, and see you next time.